Hello, and welcome to Learney Journey Episode 2, Tokyo Drift. First of all, thanks for all the feedback and nice words from the Episode 1. I'm glad that it went down well, and I'm excited to learn more tricks. So I'll be keeping on theme with last time, which was a shoulder balance and a juggle. This time, it will be a foot balance and juggle. So there are a lot of people out there that can do a foot balance and a juggle, but I think my main inspiration is probably Amaron Rosval. He does some out-of-this-world crazy stuff with foot balance and a juggle that I'll put up on screen. Once again, I will not be making it as far as he has, but I will be getting the basics down, hopefully. So the goal is going to be the same as last time, 30 catches, clean finish, collect. Easy peasy. I guess this will be a good way to find out if a shoulder balance with a juggle is harder than a foot balance. I have all the timings from the shoulder balance and how long it took me, so now I'll be able to compare it to how long a foot balance takes. So same as last time, let's get a baseline in. So first up, I'll show you my foot balance. I've already worked on it a little bit in the past, so I can do it. Once again, I think this will be a task of combining the two tricks, because already, even doing this is hard for me. But if I don't think about anything other than the balance, I can kind of do it already. So yeah, happy enough with that. And as always, I'll show you my cascade. I was able to improve this a little bit with the training from last time. My 3-club cascade is looking stronger than ever. So with that out of the way, the official start time for this journey is going to be 6:10 on the 3rd of February 2025. Begin! I suppose I'll see if I can just do it. Maybe, I've never tried it, maybe it'll just be able to do it. Seems I can't even get the clubs into my hands without it falling, so let's try that again. There you have it. Let the journey begin. Okay, I have a feeling this is going to be easier than the shoulder balance. Famous last words, but let's see. It is going to be a pain to learn this on one leg. My other leg is going to get tired. I'm going to try to really push past my current level to try to make me learn faster. So, on to 3 balls. Let's see. That's pretty good. I feel like this one will be easier to cheat, because if you have the balance going, you can sort of bounce off your knee a lot. But I don't want that at all. So for wherever I get the real thing, I want to be in profile view. Yeah, I gotta say, this is looking way more promising than the shoulder balance was. It's so strange. I really don't think that I'm thinking about the juggle at all, but clearly I am, because the balance is still falling. All I'm focusing on is the balance, but it still falls. Okay, I'll switch to clubs. Maybe get a flash or a qualify, hopefully. Oh, clubs is so much harder. See, that was just leaning against my knee the whole time. That felt good. Okay, I'll go for the clean flash. I don't think wearing slippers makes any difference, but we'll see. We'll see. I wouldn't say clean. Didn't quite have it in control. Hey, there we go. Nice. Clean flash. Yeah, maybe wearing slippers does make a difference. Now for the qualify. Wow. Slippers might make a big difference. Okay, so whilst the shoulder balance's issue was by juggling it moves the balance, that's sort of not an issue here, but visibility could be. So sometimes if my balance, say, moves out here to where my hand is, then my hand will be obscuring the balance, so I won't be able to see it. So I guess I've got to be a bit more precise about it. Seems like an easier problem to deal with, but a problem nonetheless. Okay, I've only got a couple more tries before my dinner's ready, so I don't think I'm going to get the qualify, but we'll see. Ooh, that was close. Okay, that was another thing I was worried about. If the type of throw that I do collides with the balance, I don't expect it to be a big problem, but I was wary of it. Yeah, the qualify's not happening. I'll go for a clean flash. Oh, 4, I'll take that. Yeah, that'll do. So a couple of things that I've learned from session 1. Slippers seem to matter. Engaging my core seemed to help a lot actually at the end. I didn't particularly feel off balance, but on the attempts that I just squeezed a little bit, it seemed to work better. I'm also thinking that the pattern seems a lot faster than it did with the shoulder balance, so maybe 30 catches isn't enough. I'm thinking I might push it up to 50 catches just because it's faster, so it'll probably be about the same amount of time that way. So yeah, let's say 50 catches for now. In theory, 50 catches is sustainable, and I want this to be a trick that I can just do, not one that I've done once, if you know what I mean. It's now 20 to 7, so I practiced for about 25 minutes, and that'll do me for today. Okay, next session. Pyong. Okay, second session, day 2. Let's get into it. So the goal from yesterday was to qualify. Same goal today. I don't get what makes this so hard. I'm looking at the balance the whole time. There's no question about where I'm looking. But it just falls over as soon as I start to juggle. What's going on in my brain? Maybe consecutive flashes so I can feel like success is happening. Okay, back to balls. It doesn't feel any different, but the balance is staying up. This is a very confusing one. It just doesn't, there doesn't seem to be any change, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Oh. Alright, just 2 club, 1 hand, single flip, endurance. I don't really have anything to say. I'm not getting any insights from this at all. There's no trick that I've found to it. There's no hack that's proving successful each time I try it. It feels like I'm doing everything right, but it's not working. I'm gonna switch back to balls again, just because it goes for longer. Maybe my brain will make the connection faster. I'm also going to try to juggle at the same rate as I would be juggling with clubs. As in, I think a faster pattern means that it's going to be easier. Maybe I'll learn to balance on the other foot while it's resting. I don't think I've made it past 20 catches yet. It's always above 15, below 20. I'm just getting no insights from this at all. Like nothing's changing. It's just trying and trying and nothing's happening. Normally 15 catches of something is a sign that, oh, you're learning, it's getting better. But in this instance, it doesn't feel like that at all. You know in Toy Story where they say they're not flying, they're falling with style? I feel like that's what's happening here, is I'm not actually doing it. It just looks like I'm doing it, and then it falls. I think it makes sense to just stick to balls until I get 30 plus catches. So that was 30 throws. But it was constantly bumping into my knee, so it doesn't count. "32 catches, but bumped into the knee." It doesn't feel like I'm learning it. It just feels like it's going a bit. Yeah, the slower pattern is so much harder. Oh, my leg's getting tired. At the end of this I'll have one super strong leg though. I don't have long left in me, so I might as well just switch back to clubs. I'll try taking a little break and coming back to it and see, but I'll still count this as the same session. I'll just do 5 minutes of something else. Okay, it's been a little bit. Maybe I can do it now. No, I cannot. One thing that I learned from the shoulder balance journey was that taking regular breaks was pretty helpful. There's a chance it might have mattered more for the shoulder balance because I was focusing on something closer, so my vision was strained a little bit more. Whereas here, there's a reasonable distance, I'm not getting fatigued in my eyes about it, so maybe it doesn't matter as much, but I think it's a good philosophy. Okay, last 2 attempts at clubs because my camera's running out of battery, so. Alright, that'll do me for today. Pretty much zero progress with clubs, maybe a tiny bit of progress with balls, but that's not the end goal, so I don't know if it helps. Anyway, I feel like I can practice this a bit more regularly, so hopefully there won't be as much time between the sessions as there was last time. But yeah, no breakthroughs, just putting in the time. Alright, until next time. I'm just back from a convention in Mullingar in Ireland, so I'm pretty wrecked. But luckily this trick isn't too physically demanding, so figured I'd give it a go while my food's in the oven anyway. Let's do it. So I've been thinking that I'm not getting the feeling of the trick in yet, so I think I need to spend a lot more time with the balls rather than with the clubs. So I'm gonna do that until I can do it comfortably. I think that might be the best approach right now. That's crazy. I don't know what's going on. Whoa. I really need to up my foot balance skill. I don't think it's enough right now. I'm just so confused. Like I can see the club is falling and nothing's changing. I'm like, oh no, the club's falling. I need to stop it falling. And I don't know why. That's the only thing that I'm looking at. I'm only thinking about the balance. It doesn't work. I'm so confused by this one. There, see him again. It just started to tip away from me and I couldn't do anything about it. It's crazy. I'll face this way. This'll fix everything. Maybe I was just looking the wrong way. That felt pretty good. There are pretty substantial corrections in there. It shouldn't really be moving at all, I think. There's sometimes that I do feel the feeling. Just for a moment, I'm like feeling it. But it is a fleeting moment. I thought this one was going to be a lot easier because it wouldn't have the same problems as the shoulder balance, so there's no risk of it slipping off, and I think it's a much easier balance to do on its own. The only difficult thing is that sometimes you lose vision of the club, just with the nature of your pattern, and also the pattern has to be quite low. But it's still just juggling 3 balls, which is pretty okay. And the foot balance is also pretty okay. It feels easier, but I suspect that it might take the same amount of time. I thought it would feel easier, but I think it's going to take the same amount of time as the shoulder balance. Oh, I felt it again. There's just moments that it feels fine. So I think the speed of the cascade is a huge factor in this as well. It was something that made a huge difference for me with the shoulder balance. Definitely feels like something. I'm still quite tense in the cascade, but I'll fix that problem later. Oh, that was good. That was a good one. But I lost focus. Well, I couldn't see the balance anymore. It was under my arm. So, but the start felt really good. There weren't even that many corrections. My food's got to come out of the oven, so I'll give it a couple of goes with clubs. I reckon this will be the structure of my practices from now on, is just only use balls until I can feel it, and maybe give a couple of goes with clubs at the end of a session. That feels impossible now. Felt like this was easier the last time I tried it. Just instantly fell. Just instantly. Wow. This is not very hopeful now. Oh dear. Maybe it's just a bad day. I don't know. Balls were feeling good, clubs were feeling bad. Maybe that's just me understanding how hard this is and I've got a long way to go. At least I put the time in. Hopefully next session will go better. Until then. I'm back again. And hopefully this session will go a bit better than last time. I think I'm just going to stick to balls again and see maybe a few attempts at clubs at the end. Let's do it. So I think it definitely feels easier whenever the club is directly below me, so it's not like I'm doing it out there. It feels like the closer that this is to just me standing, rather than a leg being out, it feels a bit easier. The most common reason for me dropping right now is that it drifts underneath one of my hands and then I just can't see it and it falls. So I think if I can isolate it to just this area without crossing into my arms, that might be the key. But it still just feels really hard. Did I really say 50 catches? Oh, this feels impossible. I feel like last time I was gaining a lot more insights by this point. This just feels like I'm repeating it and hoping it gets better. I don't have any target right now. I don't know how to make this easier. It feels like there's far few parameters for me to change than last time. There's only really one spot on my foot that it's staying right now, and that's, if you imagine this is my foot and these are my toes, it's going right here. So right at the first joint of my toes, because that's the only way that it stays. My toes feel too slippery and the incline of my foot feels too steep for it to stay there. So it sort of just sits in this middle point here. Whereas last time, obviously, I had the whole shoulder to discover and find out what's better. But it feels like I could just keep a foot balance for a very long time. The juggle seems to just make it fall apart. Whereas the shoulder balance, I already struggled with just the balance with the shoulder balance, but this feels like I could keep it going for quite some time. And it feels like I can do it without much movement at all. It's very strange that these aren't combining as easily as I thought they would. Like, that seems pretty casual, you know? So why is this hard? Bumped off my knee a few times. Just keep bumping. I do think my average is going up, but it's glacial. It's so slow. I'm going to try making a pattern wider for these next few attempts. Hopefully it'll create a bigger space that I can see the balance and lead to some progress of any kind, really. It's starting to get pretty frustrating that nothing's changing. I don't know why. I can't do anything about it. I'm gonna move on to clubs now. I'm just winding down for the session. I bumped off my knee, but that is my first qualify. I'm not happy about it. Okay, I also bumped off my knee, but that was my second qualify in the same run. I have mixed feelings about this now. I'm just gonna keep doing it. I don't know why that had the most success. I didn't change anything, but who knows, maybe this is the eureka moment. Oh, sorry, I did change something. I started facing this way again. Maybe that's it. Maybe. This sucks so bad. I wish I could be like, oh, that's it, I figured it out. But I don't, I got nothing. But I'm gonna keep doing it until it gets worse. What is happening? What is happening? You've been watching this, and you've seen my mental state deteriorate throughout this. So why is this working now? Don't get me wrong, I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled that it's working, but I wish I just had some reason that it was working. That's insane. That's just ridiculous. Okay, I think I might be done for this session. I'll try once more facing this way. Yeah, okay, I think that'll... one more. Wow. Okay, I'm still on. It's still on. But while you see progress, harness it. Keep going. I'll give it one more go with the balls, just to see if somehow I can just do this forever now. Alright, that's me for this session. I don't get it at all. I just don't understand. This seems to just be getting better now. No idea why. I don't have any insights at all, other than do it for half an hour. Hopefully I'll come to some realization next session, but for now I got nothing. Just do it until it works, I guess. Anyway, see you in the next one. So I'm back again for some more punishment. I'm hoping that it'll just work like it started to at the end of last session. We'll see. I don't really know what I'm expecting anymore. This could well be the day that I can just do it. Or I could be back to square one and have no progress at all. Who knows? But you've got to do it to find out. So, let's do it. So I'm just going to jump straight into doing the trick. The difference between balls and clubs didn't feel like that much at the end of last session, so maybe I'll just go in at the deep end. So there's definitely some gains from last time. It's not falling immediately. That's good. Number go up. So I was actually mulling over this at the end of last session as to why I was seeing any gains, and I think it's because of focus. It's always because of focus with the balance. You might not realize it, but I think it's always about the focus. I would have thought by this stage I had a relatively good mastery over focus, but evidently not. But I think that's what changed. So what I specifically did was, just before I would start juggling, I would think about the feeling in my foot of the club being on my foot, so that all of my attention was just on my foot and on my leg. Before I was just focusing my vision on it, thinking that's where my focus is, I'm looking at it, that's the case, that's where my focus is. But I think by internalizing the feeling of a club on my foot also drew that aspect of focus down there. That's my current theory. I'm not an expert yet, but that's where I'm at. So I think the lesson is, whatever senses you have at your disposal, put all of them there. Taste the club, smell the club. Yeah, okay, I guess there's only two important ones, but use them both. Ooh, okay. Bumped it. I bumped it. I'm starting to wonder if my cascade isn't good enough. It's just not as automatic as I want. Sometimes I catch a club down here, and then my focus drifts from the balance to fixing this club. So maybe it needs to be even more automatic. not mine. I don't get it. Why did I do that? You watched, it was a totally fine balance, and then I went, ooh, and just knocked it over. Oh, sometimes it just feels good. Most of the time it feels like trash. Switching back to balls, just to change something. Okay, so I don't know if I counted right, but that was probably like 60 catches. It did touch my knee a few times, but I felt in control the whole time. What do I do with this information? So maybe my club cascade just isn't good enough. Maybe that's the problem. I should be celebrating. That felt sick. That was really cool. I'm very glad about that. I'm just super not glad that it's not working for clubs. I'm just gonna play with that for a bit, because that felt great. Harness the energy. Just harness that and do it. This is it. This is the one. A big 50 catch. Ah. Why? I'm so in my head about this now. Okay, that felt. We're getting somewhere. Yeah, just one bad catch completely upsets the whole thing. It just draws my focus for a microsecond, and then it falls. Alright, I better get my food sorted. I'll do another quick round of balls just to see what that's like. Finish on a high note. Okay. One more. Yeah, okay. So homework for next time that I'm gonna juggle with balls more, because I think the longer that I experience success for it, the faster my brain will learn. But I think a key component for next time will be to practice with different dwell time of the balls. With 3 right there, you could see I was going quite fast, but clubs are a bit slower, so I think I need to get used to throwing at that rate. Anything that I can do to simulate the clubs without actually using them must be good. Good session, I guess. It's a bit of a head melter, this one. I really thought this would be easier. I mean, success with balls, that's huge. That's incredible. I can't believe that just happened. But seems like clubs are still a bit of a way off. Hopefully it'll come soon though. All right, next session. I'm back again. I don't know how many sessions this has been now. It feels like infinite, but maybe I'm just in my head about it. Maybe it's still on par with the shoulder balance. I don't know. Maybe I've fallen into a hole. Either way, I'm gonna build off the motivation from last session. I'm gonna juggle balls with the foot balance and play with the timings, like I said I would. Let's see how it goes. Honestly, that's pretty cool on its own. I am pretty psyched about that. Even if I never master the clubs, the fact that I can do it is pretty sick. I'm a big fan. So as soon as I start to try to change the dwell time, it just completely changes how it feels. I need to work on that. I need to work on juggling slow. That's notably better than last night. I definitely feel control over it. I have a feeling that I was probably fatigued last night, so maybe that's why it didn't go so well. Okay, maybe one more good run with balls and then I'll move over to clubs, because it's feeling good. I want to harness that. That is hugging my knee though. Okay, let's just try clubs. Okay, that was either tied record or maybe like a few more throws than the previous record. I felt it for a second, but it really feels like a struggle. Like I'm clearly not focusing on the balance. How do I beam my focus? How do I make the focus happen? It's like a sixth sense. It's definitely feeling better. I know it might not look like I've made much progress, but I mean with balls I've made huge progress. With clubs, it's not the same level, but definite progress. Ah, that was a good one. Okay, we're getting consistency. Well, I suppose I've always had consistently no catches. I'm getting a little bit of consistency around the 12 catch mark. I remember with the shoulder balance, I was consistently getting 8 catches for a long time, and then it was just a big breakthrough. So hopefully I'm at the big breakthrough stage. I dropped the pattern. You see that? I was focused on the balance. That's a good thing. I'm seeing negative returns. Maybe that's one of the bad things about this. Like I've only been doing it for like 15 minutes, but I'm wondering if just because I can put more time into it, like it's not as fatiguing, my eyes aren't as strained, my shoulder, I'm not in a weird posture, everything's much more doable for a long period of time. But I'm wondering if that's biting me, because I'm clearly seeing diminishing returns, but it never feels like it when you're in it, you know? Maybe retrospectively I'll look back and go, well, the last 20 minutes of every session has been a waste of time. But that's hard to know when I'm in the middle of the session. So, I'll do 10 more minutes, see how I feel. I've always been a big proponent of the thought that 10 minutes of active practice is worth more than an hour of mindless practice. But I sort of feel like I'm in the mindless practice phase, just with how fast I'm able to reset, give it another go, drop, and yeah. It's a tricky one. It doesn't feel like anything else that I've had to learn before. So it's very, very cool that I'm trying, but I'm sort of in uncharted waters. What's happening? So I think I counted 27 catches. It did bump my knee a few times, but that's more than double my previous best, and I have no reason why. Maybe my brain is making new pathways and suddenly it's using them. So bizarre. Or maybe it's because I'm taking a 20-second break to talk to you. Maybe that's what, because I'm just taking a rest and I'm not just in mindless retry zone. Let's see. Nah, I just got lucky. No, that is a good sign. A very good sign. Well, this is excellent. Maybe I just need to divulge my thoughts, do nothing for 10 seconds, and then try again. That's huge progress for no reason. Very exciting. I was kind of worried that this one was going to go on forever, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel now. 50 catches. I'm coming for it. Not tonight, I don't think, but soon. This is incredible stuff. Incredible! Ah, touched it. I knocked over my own balance. I'm still really bad at fixing it when it goes away from me. It just feels like I'm guiding it along to falling over. I'm very happy with this progress. It does feel like something is going to happen very soon, and I'll just be able to do it. I've got the feeling now. Here it comes. In general, not that specific attempt. Yeah, I think I'm done. Alright, that'll do me for this episode. Maybe smaller, more regular. It's not getting any more regular, I'm doing them every day. Just smaller sessions might be the way. So, yeah, maybe if I do like 2 sessions a day, but each of them are like 10 minutes, maybe that's the way. Who knows? Very psyched with the progress though. Came out of nowhere, but it keeps the motivation going whenever a number go up. So, alright. Hopefully next time might be the one. Pew! Another day, another session. Good feeling about this one based on how last one went. So, I'm just gonna get stuck right into it. Let's see. Maybe today's the day. So my revelation from last time was that I just spent too long in the failure cycle of this project. Just because I can balance for longer means that I keep trying for longer and failing for longer. So I think I'm just gonna get stuck straight into clubs since I can kind of do it a bit and just ride out for as long as feels natural. I'm gonna set a hard limit of like 22.5 minutes according to this clock. Because I'll be 9:15, so that's what I'll set the hard cutoff to be. It's still kind of there. I think it's still on. Okay, so the average is definitely going up, which is great to see. Yeah, just bad throws knock it off now. Yeah, every so often I just check in with the cascade, just as in mentally I just check in with the cascade because something feels different, and then as soon as I try to think about that, the balance drops. So maybe I just need to ride it out, even if it doesn't feel like it's a good pattern. It's still going, so why would I stop? Doesn't feel like I've been getting any long runs, so I'm gonna switch back to balls. Oh boy, maybe my focus just isn't here. Man, I should have made this challenge just for balls. If you ask me the difficulty out of 10 for a 3-ball cascade, I'd say probably like a 1. And if you said a difficulty of a 3-club cascade out of 10, I'd say probably a 1. But clearly, They are not equivalent. Okay. I know there was a bunch of knee knocks there, but that was definitely a record for balls. So just do it with clubs, man. Just do it with clubs. It's wild. I don't think I've experienced a separation like this with 3 objects before. Average definitely going up. "10 minutes for me on my hard deadline." Five minutes to go. I cannot see why there's such a big discrepancy. Okay, I think something similar is happening where if it's a very fast dwell time, I'm doing a smooth fix each time, so this is the sort of fixes that I'm making. Whereas if I'm doing a very long dwell time, it's like, look at the ball, look at the club, look at the ball, look at the club, look at the ball, look at the club. So it's all very instant fixes. I don't know if there's a good type or a bad type of balance. Maybe it's a mix of the two. Smooth until it goes bad and then a quick one. This position is tough. So I just shouldn't let it get to that position, I suppose. I'm in fact 2 minutes past my hard deadline. I don't want to stop, but I do think it's for the best if I do. Yeah, I need to stop. I'll do one more good run with balls. Always finish on a high note, I think. Whoa. Wow. I didn't think much of this challenge whenever I said, oh, a 3-club cascade with a foot balance. I did not expect, I thought that the skill would be all encompassing in the same way. With a shoulder balance, if I could do it with 3 balls, I can do it with 3 clubs. This is just unacceptably different. I don't get it at all. I definitely want to do the clubs on principle. I'm super psyched that I can do it. I can just do it with a ball now. That was truly endurance at that point. It wasn't just, oh, can I hit this number? It was, oh, I can keep going. With clubs, I'm still in the trying to hit this number phase, which isn't a good sign. The rate of progression these last couple of sessions has been insane. No new club bests this time, but once again, probably doubled my ball best. So, Who knows? Either way, that's a very good accomplishment. I'm happy about it. And I will pick it up next session. See how I get on. See you then. It's a new session. If you've been watching this long, you don't need an intro to a session, so let's do it. Alright, straight in, here we go. Easy peasy. This is an easy trick that I've been able to do for years. No! I've woken up the next day and I still can't do the trick. My right hand is throwing forwards. I don't know if that means anything. I'm ending up like this. It's very interesting. Wow. I don't get it. So I've been practicing every day. Each of these sessions has been one day after another. And I'm wondering if that's a bad thing. I'm sort of in the, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm in the pit of despair right now, where it just feels like I'll never be able to do it. I don't think I've learned anything in juggling that has made me feel like this, which isn't a good thing. I don't think this is a good thing. But it's a sick trick. It's got to be worth it. Alright, let's see how bad it is. Can I do 4 balls? Whilst you may think that's a no, I'm going to try a few more times just in case. Okay, with 4 I do need to throw lower than I'd like. I could definitely do that. I think the only key is that it's going to be so low that it's all in my vision. Oh boy. The idea that I could get 50 catches of 4 balls before 3 clubs is just upsetting. Ah, but I so could. If you have a solid 4 ball, it really doesn't add that much difficulty, I think. Okay, I'm just wasting time now. I just don't want to deal with the fact that clubs are so much harder. I'm wondering if there's anything I can change about my cascade that'll make this easier. Maybe I need to make it wider or faster. I don't know. Okay, some good runs do exist. I think those are the only things keeping me going right now. Just every so often I see a glimmer of hope. Just a bad catch and then it goes. One bad catch is all it takes. Right, it's time to get serious. That's what it feels like I'm juggling like. It feels like that's what it feels like. So I do think that something needs to be changed there. Either I might need to be more forceful with my patterns. Doing this sort of thing. Yeah, it's always this right hand throws too low. But I can't think about the pattern because I'm focusing on the balance. I need two brains. And just for a little proof that I can still do the shoulder balance. There you go. That's a learned skill. That wasn't just a one-off. But will the foot balance be a one-off? Not with balls. I think I've learned it with balls. Oh, come on. Alright, I've got to stop. As from last session, I can't pursue this for too long each time. So I'm going to take a break, do something different, and then maybe either come back today or just have a new session later. Alright, no progress. Except I can do 4 balls, kind of. Okay, so I've actually taken a 1-day break from this. I'm just back home after the juggling meetup, and I had a really good session. So I'm hoping that's a good sign for now. Let's do it. Let's try it. Alright, straight in. Here we go. An easy 50. I can just do this trick. I could always do this trick. That's probably the best first try I have had. You may notice my strategy is now relentless positivity. I think that's going to bode well. Oh, it's really good. I should have, maybe that's the problem. Maybe I haven't been taking enough day breaks. I've definitely spent more practice time on it, but have I spent longer calendar time on it? That will be interesting to see. There's still a bit of that twisting happening, but it's definitely feeling better. A lot of knee bumping in that one. I actually rewatched Plastic Mind, which is one of Amaron's classic videos. There's a few clips that he does, you know, really difficult tricks into foot balance and that sort of thing. But yeah, I noticed that his pattern is definitely very, very wristy, very tight, very high. And I think I'm going to try to replicate that a bit more. It's not normally my style to juggle like that though, so I don't think it'll come naturally, but I will force it. Ooh. I also wonder if counting takes up mental space. I always count as I'm going, and then I get nervous whenever I get close to my personal bests. So maybe I'll try to not count, although it is going to be quite tough. So maybe I'll just keep talking while I'm doing it. Problem is I'll have no idea if I complete the challenge or not. It'll just be vibe based. Oh, where am I going? There's such an off-axis happening somewhere. So it's almost like I'm twisted in all different ways. Just want it to be perfect. Just be perfect, come on. that's so off axis. That's crazy. And my camera only has 5% battery left, so that'll be a nice natural stopping point to this session. Yeah, but don't dip it down and knock the club off, you silly Billy. Oh. Yeah, I'm at 3%, so that'll do me. Same story, no real debrief. Slowly getting better. I think shorter sessions and more breaks are needed. Maybe next time. See you then. Okay, stop everything. So I carried on with my session and gave the foot balance one more go, and that was like 40. Wow. Suddenly got 40 catches out of nowhere. Thought, that was suspicious. So then I went back to my normal practice, and then I did give it another go. And I got 50 catches clean, but the balance fell. I'm going, what's happened here? What has happened? This is the same session. So I've just grabbed a spare battery. We're back on 100%. Let's just get it done. That's what I say. Oh yeah, first try. What has happened? That's so crazy. I don't understand it at all, but I'm definitely gonna take it. So that's 2 instances of me making the 50 catches. So I think one thing that changed was I kept the foot balance really close to me. I think before I was keeping it at a natural distance away from me. That felt good for the foot balance. It leaves me a lot of room to negotiate. But for the attempts that worked, I kept it really close to me. I'm not leaning. I mean, there were a few bumps, I'm sure. But I think the big difference was what I mentioned earlier, was that my clubs weren't crossing the balance, so I could always see the balance. I think that was one of the main things that changed. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of glad that one's over. I was really in the pit of despair, as I mentioned before. It just felt like I wasn't getting anywhere with it. I don't know if the pressure of doing this on a camera has affected it at all. I'm definitely going to keep working on it. I just want it to be solid, but I don't want the pressure of having to hit a certain number and do a thing. So I'm wondering if that'll take my focus away from get this number of catches, and more onto just solidifying the whole system. Well, that was the end of Learney Journey episode 2. Next time I'm probably going to do something that isn't a balance. Just I think I've done enough of balance for a little bit, but I still have a lot more balance tricks to come. As always, if you have any thoughts or feedback or things you want me to try, do let me know. That's it for Learning Journey episode 2. Episode 3 coming soon. Bye. Pew!